stars fall at my feet. Keep me grounded as I reach.
You're the last one. Complete the mission.
Is there something there for me? Pulling back the
Bravo 6.
letting go again. I'm not afraid. I'm not. All my life,
Epic.
one page at a time, I'll show you my true color. No, no, apologize for the fire in my eyes. Let me show you my true color. It ain't your rainbow. Not Something tells me I know nothing at all. I've escaped my capture, and I have no master. I promise with a lie is broken by design. What I thought I knew has been swallowed by the truth. It's time to light the flame right before it rains. I'm not afraid. I'm not. All my life, one page at a time, I'll show you my true colors. No, no, I won't apologize for the fire in my eyes. Let me show you my true color. It ain't your rainbow. Not afraid. It ain't your rainbow.
'Initiating match. Ready for battle.
Hello. Salut. Hello.
Five, four, three, two, one. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
Nerf this!
60 seconds remaining.
Thank you.
As we can see, we've got John the Mercy going in here, trying to save the Diva. Echo goes to the sky, takes to the sky, but the Diva follows. Going to be a very aggressive push from the Diva here, gets hooked. This might not be very
30
good
seconds remaining.
for the defending team. And the Diva's out of net. Memphis takes 2. Roadhog's just going to back up here. Most of the team, or all of the team down. Just going to play a bit more safe, bit safer.
10 seconds.
Trying to get those key hooks on people like the Mercy to try and really turn this game around. Oh, and they're going to go first round. No objectives taken. Now that's going to be really bad for the attacking team initially. Not being able to take a single round, but hopefully they can defend better than they can attack. Otherwise this could be a very one-sided game.
Initiating match.
As we wait around here, we can see some of the players sitting, waiting, prepping their strats, getting ready for what could be a very intense second part of the game. It's going to be very, very key that the defending team this time can stay very strong, try and hold it together here, otherwise they are going to get brutally swept. As we can see, nice team comp from the now defenders. Large gang as the Kiriko. We have Ali Cat as the Roadhog. But we do see on the both sides we have a Sombra. So there could be a lot of pick damage here. Could be a very tentative start to this round as we kick off in 7 seconds time.
5, 4, 3.
Gonna see a Roadhog versus a Reinhardt here as the Reinhardt and full team push out. A little bit of pick damage from the Sombra around the side. Dashing towards the Sombra. Gonna try and play super aggressive here. The Mercy has gone down. Ali Cat, beautiful hook and a headshot. And here we see the Reinhardt taking a full charge, getting a beautiful pin on the Kiriko. This is really gonna weaken the defense. Ali Cat getting super low here, probably going to go down and goes down. This is a very, very quick round and an aggressive start. And Team 1 has taken the game very quickly, very easily. And that is going to be very, very disappointing for the other team. Ali Cat with the play of the game here. Let's have a look at this. Good hook on John. But we have had the ×4 Championship Series Overwatch winner being KC Infinity. What a round from them it was. As we can see, the teams just sat talking among themselves, you know, some showing a little bit of professionalism, probably congratulating each other on the win, but it was a very, very clean sweep from KC Infinity. One of the cleanest sweeps that we have ever seen in a series like this. But fair play to both teams. Seeing some GGs in the chats from the team. But what a series it was. We had some very, very good aggressive play from players like Nymphis. You know, sat at the back, just picking off damage, doing what she can. But some really good tank gameplay from Ultimate Dest, who made an absolutely beautiful push at the end there, really being aggressive, showing that they can, you know, take charge and really win that championship series and push to the win that they were all hoping for. As we can see, some of the players typing in chat, just typing their messages back and forth to one another, talking about the game, sending both nice messages back and forth to each other, but showing a little bit of frustration, which is normal in esports, but you know. Oh, and as we can see, this is brilliant. Brilliant sportsmanship, walking through, handshakes, fist bumps, showing that although a very hard game and although a very one-sided affair, it is all fine and it is all good, no matter what side, and that they were just happy to be taking place in this championship series. We should be getting ready soon for another one of the games, which is going to be an exciting one. What are we going to have up next? Could be Rocket League, could be Valorant. You'll have to find out soon. Just waiting around here, setting things up, making sure that everything is going to be ready for the next game. And let's see if the next game is going to be as one-sided. Now, I've got a co-host here with me, a very good friend of mine, Josh. Josh, how do you feel about that last game? I mean, we saw how one-sided it was, but do you think that if it would have played out more games, that it could have maybe spanned the other way?
Personally, I feel like KC Infinity was just destroying them. Very one-sided. If there was more rounds, I don't think that their opponents could have done anything else. They're just getting destroyed, personally.
I do see what you mean. It was very, very one-sided on the affair. For definitely the tanks, we saw some very, very aggressive gameplay from the Reinhardt in that second round, really confirming the win, pushing the Roadhog all the way to the back and just pummeling them until they could take that round, which ultimately won the game for them. But what a match we had.
That was indeed one of the best matches I think I've ever seen in one of Overwatch's histories, especially from KC Infinity. It was just very well planned out, especially the Sombra pick at the end, just the sneaky backline, just trying to get to the point to make sure they had as much time on the objective. The other team didn't really know what to do. They were a bit confused, and only about halfway after the first marker did they actually start turning around and going, we need to get to the point. So very good move from the Sombra, because just sneaky Sombra gameplay. It's what we like to see. We don't see Sombra much in the meta anymore, which is a bit sad, because she's a very good and she's very good when she's needed. You know, she's got good utility, she's got good move sets, so it's nice to see her in the competition again.
Yeah, I do agree. I mean, Sombra, definitely over the years that I've been playing, and I've been playing for many years, definitely a player that's gone in and out of the meta, but we do love to see her being used, and especially like that. You know, the aggression, the sneaky round the sides, just really picking off people as we can go, picking off the Mercy, dealing tick damage to the tank. It was just one of the, you know, I would have said it was a really good performance from the Sombra.
It was a very good performance as well. And we have to give credit to the supports, you know, even on both teams. They've just doing their hardest, you know, because it's a 4v4, there wasn't much of a support line in the first half of the game, you know, one support, but to keep up an entire team when you've only got yourself to work with is very, very well done. So we have to give a congratulations to the supports out there today.
Oh, definitely. Some massive credits to the support. We saw some really good Mercy gameplay, being able to hold the D.Va up, hold the Roadhog up, be able to sneak through the back line, just to be able to protect themselves, to make sure that their team were not falling at all. Now, as we look around the room, we see different gameplay going on. We have still some Overwatch gameplay going on as we're just waiting for the next game to start. You can see some Fall Guys there. We will be having that coming up very soon. It's going to be brilliant to see the Fall Guys go at it, as it is a very unique tournament format. Now moving on to the Rocket League, I've heard we have some brilliant players out there, players of the likes of a GC, players of the likes of some champs, and we have some lower ranked diamonds, but all in all I think it's going to be a very good matchup, and especially for someone like myself, I'm very excited to see it.
I'm very excited to see it too. I mean, I'm not a massive in the Rocket League community, but you know what? I've seen a fair share of games, and I am very excited to see where this pans out. But Warren, what do you think is who do you think is going to win in this competition?
Oh, well, definitely from the Rocket League side of things, I believe it's going to be very, very close. But that team that does have that unsuspecting GC, you know, little bit more mechanical, has the mind to be able to really direct the gameplay and set the tempo and really just put on some brilliant defense, maybe just to be able to hold their team to a win. But I think it's still going to be a very, very tight matchup. I've gone around, spoken some of the players, played with some of the players, and it is going to be a very, very good matchup indeed.
I mean, just from the preview that we're seeing, people look like they are ready to go. They are ready to play. They're excited to play. I'm very excited to see what these games are going to have for us, and I'm very excited to see who will come out with the prize.
Yeah, definitely. I think this is Rocket League for me, of course, is a bit biased. I've been playing the game for a very long time, and it's one of the games that I do very much enjoy, so I am really excited for this to kick off. We can see some players going for some risky aerials there in the training packs, just warming up their mechanics, trying to be on their peak performance, you know, for this game, because it's going to be a very tight match. Now we can see some players going for some flip resets. Now I like the mechanics here. Oh, I thought we were going to see a double touch there from the player with the blue Esports controller. But as you can see, we have some very technical players on the field today. Just still warming up, getting ready. Setting out even some team strategy. We see some talking from the players. Getting ready. Just going to make sure that they are set for this very intense championship game.
See, even though Rocket League looks like a very simple game, it's actually very technical. You know, you've got to have loads of skills, you know, you've got to know all your techniques and everything. So I am very, very excited to see what happens. I'm very curious as to what these teams are talking about today. Wonder what their plans are.
Yeah, so am I. I mean, there's so many things to think about. You've got to think about your rotation, your boost management, if mechanics are worth going for. We've seen some players doing some juggle wave dashes, trying some risky resets, you know, just warming up their mechanics. So we might not see as logical of gameplay as might be thought to be seen in the championship. We might actually see some very flashy gameplay, you know, bringing out all the mechanics, maybe not playing it safe, but playing it for the crowd and really giving us an amazing performance today.
I am very excited to see where this takes us. So hopefully we'll be getting into some gameplay soon, because from what I'm seeing in the preview, it looks very interesting.
Yeah, so am I. I mean, these players, they looked warmed up, you know, we can see going into some ones games here, just practicing the kickoff. Just making sure, you know, making those final minor tweaks. But, I mean, from a Rocket League player's point of view, I can tell you that this game, it's not just going to be as simple as ABC, where they can just, you know, go in and try and hit the ball as hard as they can and just aim for the opponent's nets. I mean, strategy is a big thing, because, you know, you've got to get your rotation going. You've really got to work as a team in a game like Rocket League, because otherwise it can really make you fall, make you struggle and we do not want that from any of the teams. So it is very good that they're having all of this time to prepare, get their mechanics in order, and then also some of them get their team gameplay in order, because Rocket League is one of the most technical team games around, and it is going to be a belter.
You know, it seems simple, but it is very technical, so it's a very interesting concept. I am liking some of these car customizations, though. Can we talk about that for a minute? Look at how beautiful some of these cars look. The colour schemes, you know, just how well they look, even in just when they're fully going around. Just, it looks amazing.
Oh yeah, I mean, as we can see from the player with the blue controller, you know, even rocking a blue and green car, seeing a flamethrower boost, which is, you know, it's unused in the current meta just because of the amount of visibility that it gives, but if a player is good enough to play with it, why not? I think it's really good for the customization that they are running, and I think, all in all, it's a very nice looking car.
It is a very nice looking car. And as we can see in the background with our Rocket League poster that we've very kindly made, there's a Lightning McQueen collab. Isn't there a collab going on right now?
Yeah, there's been many collabs with Rocket League. You know, we might even see some of the cars. We've had James Bond collabs, Batman collabs, Cars collabs. So we could see an array of vehicles being used in the match, and that actually could be, you know, the difference between a win and a loss depending on a player's mechanical ability. Because with all of the cars having different hitboxes, having things that they are more admirable for and not as liked for, this could show to be a very, very key thing picking of the car. Just like as we can see, there is a Dominus player that's going to be very good for the flicks. They might be setting up for some very long range flicks just to, you know, get the ball past maybe 1-2 opponents and really put some pressure on here.
I'm very excited. So, as a veteran Rocket League player, what would you recommend that these players run as a car preset? I know that everyone has their preference, but what's your personal preference, Warren?
Well, my personal preference, definitely playing at one of the highest levels, is kind of the meta. I run a very Fennec or Octane based preset just because these are the most well-rounded cars of all, and with Octane and Fennec being identical hitboxes but the Fennec showing the hitbox a little bit more, I would definitely opt for a Fennec. You're able to hit very good power shots, know where the corner of your car really is, and be able to make those key booms into both the top corners. And, you know, I feel like although the cars, none of them really give that much of an advantage, I would always be saying go for your Fennecs, go for your Octanes, your Dominuses, because those three are really the main cars which everyone's used to and that you get from, of course, the Octane at the beginning of the game. And it's one of the safer bets, especially for a series that could be this intense and this close.
I am very excited to see how these games are going. Again, as we can see from the preview, lots of warming up. I'm very excited to see what these players bring to the gameplay, you know, to the team. What are their strengths? What are their weaknesses? We don't know. So I'm very, very excited to find out what these teams are going to actually do. So as we're just getting ourselves ready to play the game, Warren, what do you think is going to happen?
Well, once again, I'm really betting on this GC that is in the game. You know, I've seen some brilliant things. I've been walking around throughout the day, watching the teams play their games, watching the players warm up, even getting involved with some of the players and trying out their car customizations, their presets, and their settings, camera settings, and gameplay settings. And I really think that GC has got it perfect for himself. He has really good camera settings so that he'll be able to see the ball very good when he's doing things such as dribbling and flicking the ball, and I really think that he just might be the tip that might send it one way or the other depending on if he is on form.
That is true. We have to make sure that our players are on form, because if they're not on form, how are they going to play properly? So Warren, what would you say is the perfect form to be in for Rocket League?
Well, I definitely say you need to keep a very clear head. You need to keep a clear mindset. You know, try not to think too much with mechanics and try not to overcomplicate it, because you can see a lot of players just trying to be flashy, trying to put on too much of a show, and that can break rotation, cause overcommitting, and cause things that might not really be necessary and might not lead to their peak performance. But it is always very exciting to see a player go for an awesome mechanics when it is pulled off. But these players, they really need to get their heads round when is the right time, what is the right mechanic, and how is best to do it.
That is very, very true. So we are getting around to having the games prepared. I am very excited, as you can clearly hear. Warren is very excited. So I wonder, what do you guys think is going to happen? Obviously we cannot hear you, sadly, and we wish we could, because it would be such an immersive experience. But you know, we are preparing. We're getting ready for this amazing championship. So we should have a cheeky peek at what's going on. I mean, we already are.
Yeah, we're really getting a behind the scenes here. As you can see, the GC on the ball, you know, this guy, I think he's going to be one of the tilting points. Very mechanical, very controlled. As you can see, he looks rather composed. He's just set up all of his settings accordingly, and he is constantly taking to the skies, really warming up those outrageous mechanics that he could have. That might be one of the main things that really sets these opponents apart, you know, the ability to get in the air for some and the ability to not for others.
Apologies everyone, we just had a slight team meeting as we discuss what's going on in these games. You know, it's very interesting. It's hard to see because of the angle that we have, but I believe we can work around this. So, what do you think is going on in these games, Warren?
Well, you can see some of these players coming out of their warm-up games, you know, just getting ready. They're all partied up. They are ready for the events that are about to go down, and this is going to be very, very intense. Seeing all of the players, you know, customizing their cars, waiting in the lobby for the match to be set up, but it is almost time.
It is almost time, and I am very excited to see how this game is going to pan out. Because, you know, there's a big prize pool to go with this. I mean, it doesn't seem like a lot, but a £50 Amazon gift voucher, there's a lot you could do with that. You could probably buy quite a bit of Rocket League coins with that.
Yes, definitely you could, but although £50, it might not be the most amount in the world, but I'd definitely be very excited to be playing in these championships. Definitely be pushing for the win, and you know, it's something that I'd always wish to compete for. So the players that are playing today are very, very lucky that they get the opportunity to win a prize such as that.
I do agree, because you know, you see all these big competitions with millions and hundreds and thousands of dollars and pounds, but you know, for the young people out there, for the people who are just starting, £50 could be quite a lot of money. You know, it doesn't seem like a lot, but to somebody, it might be life or death.
Yes, as you say, it could be something like life or death. But I'd really put it as, you know, I started playing more competitively in my Rocket League career, and you know, there weren't really opportunities. I was heading into tournaments not for money but just to get seen. So for them to have the ability to show off some of their skill to some higher ranked players and to some higher ranked viewers, and just really put themselves out there, with also the plus of potentially having a prize pool, you know, it's really good for these players, and it's something that I'm really proud to be able to be hosting for these guys.
I am very proud as well. You know, as people of, you know, as young people in the world, you know, you don't get seen as much if you're not in the top ranks, if you're not like showing your skills and your performance, you don't get seen. So the fact that we have the opportunity today to present some of these amazing youngsters who, you know, have so much talent and everything, it's just, it really tugs at my heartstrings. You know, I'm giving a view to people who 100% deserve it, and I really hope we do see some of this amazing performance today, because I think this is going to be an absolute show. I really do. I'm very confident in our players. I'm very confident in their skills, and I'm hoping for the best.
So am I, really. I'm really hoping for the best for these players. I know how it is being a lower ranked player and trying to climb your way through the ranks, and even for people such as myself playing in the higher ranks, I mean, there's not really these opportunities. So to be able to give these opportunities to these players, you know, it is really, really lovely to see, because as I have personally tried to climb through the ranks, there definitely isn't opportunities like this every single day. So the fact that they have the opportunity to do this, and they are doing this, is just brilliant to see. And if I was them, I would be absolutely thrilled for the opportunity and really be trying to play it to my best.
Indeed, yeah, and this applies to any game that, you know, we are presenting tonight. Even the Overwatch guys that just played not too long ago, I hope they really had a blast, and I hope that they appreciate the opportunity that they have. You know, the people for Valorant, you know, I really hope they appreciate it, and even the guys for Fall Guys. You know, Fall Guys is not a very popular esports game, so it's very interesting to see that we have been able to offer this as an option for our games. So I'm very excited to see where this leads us. With that being said, though, I believe we're going into our game.
Yes, we should be going into our first game roundabout now. So you can see the teams, that they are all in a lobby together, waiting to be put into the private match. That will be the game which they play. It's going to be a very intense 3v3 here. So we're just going to have to really wait and see how this starts and how it pans out.
Indeed. You know, there's a lot riding on these people's shoulders. Again, as we said, £50 doesn't seem like a lot, but for somebody it might be. You know, they might need to buy something for their mother for their birthday. You know, Father's Day is coming up soon. Make sure you get your dad a present. Obviously, if you can, you know, just spend time with your family and everything. So we are now going to go into our Rocket League game. I'm very excited. What are you thinking, Warren?
So am I, you know, I'm very excited. I'm being able to look at these teams, at the players, and here we go. 3, 2, 1, and we are into the first kickoff. We've had a very, very good kickoff here from the blue team. And here we go. As we can see, Ro just sat here, AFK, just for a second. Maybe some technical issues, but this is not going to stop the game going. Oh, and as we see there, Nymphis might have made a little bit of a mistake, scoring an own goal into the blue net, giving Orange a 1-goal lead.
You know, it happens. These things happen. Maybe through communication. Just little things, mistakes that, you know, we see all the time. So we have to let it slide. You know, we can't fault players at all.
Oh yes, definitely. We see things like this happen all the time. We have technical issues quite a lot in esports, and we have also team issues where we score things such as own goals, but we can just brush them off the shoulders and carry on, and that's all we can do. Keep their heads held high and aim for that well-deserved win.
Indeed, and as we can see, it's a bit of tussle going on. People are struggling to try and find ways to get. And as I say that is a lovely goal.
That is a beautiful goal there. We see, I believe that is from that unsuspecting GC, just getting in the air here, using his air roll to direct his car to get that beautiful strike on the ball to put it into the back of the net. What a goal we've had.
Yeah, I think they just proved me wrong, and that's a bit confident in them. But you know, we're gonna pretend that might never happen. Let's keep watching and see what happens. And that,
Oh, as we see there, the GC just going slightly over the ball, just miscalculating the bounce, but that's okay, we will do it. A5W trying to dribble the ball, getting it taken off of him quite quickly, but this could still be a very good push for the Blues.
It could be a very good push. You know, if they have the right team communication and, you know, if they have everything that they need, they should be able to, you know, survive this and, you know, maybe put a goal in the back of the net.
Oh yes, definitely. And as we can see, a very defensive stance being taken from the blue side, leaving one player in net. This is a very, very old sort of 2017, 2018 style of Rocket League gameplay, but one that we see back on the field, and something I'm kind of excited to see because it really gives one team the defensive sort of ability over the other.
Yeah, it's like we were saying in the Overwatch, you know, having Sombra not being in the meta, this is not really what you see anymore, you know. The way Rocket League is being played nowadays is significantly different to how it was played back in 2017, so it's nice to feel a bit of nostalgia for something.
Oh yes, definitely, and it's brilliant for a player and a veteran like myself being able to see stuff like this. It really brings back those fond memories that we have had from RLCS in the past. But of course, we have a very good championship series right here for you today.
Yes, and I'm very excited to see how this pans out. But, you know, this is looking quite tough at the minute.
Yes, it's definitely looking somewhat one-sided from the oranges, but I still do not put it past the blues being able to come back. 2 goals. It's not a very big lead, but it is one that is going to make a significant dent in the way that this game could be played. Young Rob's trying to come off the wall here, not really getting there, but it's okay. A5W trying to push, gonna go up the wall, maybe be a bit offensive. Young Rob's bumps his teammate up onto the ceiling.
Now, a bump like that just so that's the right word to say. You expect so much and then you get bumped and like that's the opportunity.
It is very pestering, but also very common, you know. If your rotation, if your communication isn't quite up to scratch, we can see these things happen quite a lot in game. And although it might be kind of frustrating, you just got to keep your head held high, start communicating a little bit more with your teammates, and things will get right back on track.
Indeed. If we have a look at some of these stats right now, you know, 2 saves for Memphis, who was sitting in the goal is not that bad.
Yes, it's very, very good. This is one of the things I was definitely talking about with that older style of gameplay. Having someone sat in the net, you definitely have that slight more defensive save style to be able to drag you out of the hard times.
Indeed. And again, just really find out hard and just Poland to get in the way.
And we are back. Seen another goal for that orange team. You know, it's been very, very one-sided as I thought. Having the GC on the team. Oh, and we've had a double touch almost from Young Robs. You know, a very, very nice shot. And we're having another one attempted from the GC, but oh, he's just about missed. And that is GG's for the orange team.
You know, it is a bit sad that they couldn't be able to keep the ball up just in time to get a 4th goal. That would have been quite impressive. 4 goals in that amount of time. We do have to give big congratulations to the blue team. You know, they have tried their hardest all through the series. And, you know, they are a strong team. They just fell short in this game today.
Yes, they are a very, very strong team. But once again, all the congratulations, or most of the congratulations, going to the orange team for that brilliant performance. And as I thought in my prediction, that GC making every moment count to really put them ahead and be the game breaker in that game.
Indeed, you did predict it correctly, and I assumed that you would, being the Valorant?
Rocket League
Rocket
Pro.
League, apologies guys, the Rocket League Pro that you are. So we are going to be moving on to our next section, which will, I believe, I think it will be Fall Guys now, as unfortunately our Valorant competition isn't going as planned. We have a winner because
as I'm just being told in my ear, we have had to have an very, very unfortunate dropout from the Valorant teams, but this is not going to stop us. We are going to be having more Rocket League gameplay for you, which I, myself, am definitely very excited about, being the Rocket League Pro, loving the game as I do. And so we're going to have a very intense 2v2 go ahead here, and I think this could be even tighter.
this could be even tighter, you know. I was very excited to see what the Valorant gameplay is, but you know, these things happen and you can't help it. We don't know exactly the reasoning, but it could be anything. But you know, more Rocket League gameplay is never an issue in my opinion. You know, 2v2s, they're quite interesting, aren't they?
Yes, I'd definitely say 2v2 is a lot more of a back and forth game mode than 3v3 might be. There's more players on the pitch in 3, so we might not see as much mechanics coming through due to the lack of boost on the pitch, as there are more players to be picking it up. But definitely with the 2v2 now, we are going to see, especially from the GC that I believe is staying with us, which is brilliant news. We could see some amazing mechanics coming out. I believe the player rankings that we do have on the pitch, we have almost all champ and high champ to GC players on the pitch at this time in the 2v2. So this could be a very, very good head-to-head right now.
I believe it will be. You know, having 4 really high ranked players in the game is just, it's quite impressive, you know. There's going to be a lot of skill, matches are going to be potentially very even, or they could be very difficult. You never know. You never know. One team, like we saw in the last game, might just do significantly better than the other. We won't know, but I'm very excited for some even more Rocket gameplay.
Of course, I'm always going to be very, very excited for the Rocket League gameplay. That is something that, for myself, is always going to be one of the top things in this championship series tonight. We are just sat here now waiting, finalising how this game is going to go ahead, but I assure you it's going to be very exciting and it is going to be a very, very good game for everyone, including us and those viewers, to watch.
Indeed it is. You know, as you enjoy the Rocket League stuff, I keep saying Valorant, I don't know why, because you enjoy all the Rocket League stuff, you know, I enjoyed the Overwatch gameplay. Unfortunately I couldn't commentate through it due to issues with the mics, but you know, that's okay. We don't need my commentary because, you know, the gameplay was just incredible, and I'm sure that the Rocket League gameplay is just going to be just as incredible and even better with commentating over the top.
Exactly, this Rocket League gameplay could be absolutely astounding, with, of course, my amazing commentary and your amazing commentary, Lilani, over the top of it.
Well, if you say so.
But yes, this, I feel, is going to be a lot more of a tight game. We might not see a full 3-0. I don't think it's going to be one-sided at all like it has been. As we are just waiting for it to commence. I've just had, unfortunately, in my ear that they are not going to be doing this live. And although that's disappointing, we've had a brilliant championship series today, and I'm very, very happy to have hosted it alongside Lilani. And, well, thank you lot for watching.
Yes, it's been an absolutely amazing championship series. We've been, you know, very impressed by all the work that's been put in by all the players tonight. You know, it's incredible, you know, we've had a fun time. Yeah,
we have had some absolutely brilliant gameplay. We saw some amazing things in the Overwatch and definitely some amazing things in the Rocket League, with both games being so one-sided, but it has been absolutely brilliant.
It has been brilliant, and now we will just celebrate, you know, have fun with our championship series.
Yep, celebrate and say our goodbyes to the viewers. Indeed. For this brilliant stream that we have had.
Indeed. Thank you so much for watching the X4 Championship Series, and we hope to see you again very soon.
Thank you.